not sure if she does or not. They all, whoever teaches them has to be certified to do so.
Council's pleasure.
I'll move to approve those changes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Robertson. Discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Let's go on to 8G, consideration of adopting resolution 2011-001, resolution setting a public hearing on MS 429 improvement project as presented in the Otomo Engineering Feasibility Report of December 22nd, 2010, to consider street, water main, and sanitary sewer improvements to the south portion of Phase 1 Municipal Improvement Project. Such public hearing to be held January 31st, 2011 at 6:30 p.m. at the Rushford City Hall. See attached resolution for description of work and street inspected.
Does that have to be a separate meeting, a public hearing, a standard meeting, right?
That was my first question.
Public hearing at a regular meeting.
Yeah, but I don't think there's, time-wise, we have to give a certain number of days' notice to we have to publish it twice and we have to give notice to the citizens. So I don't know if we can make that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a special meeting.
Well, when Otomo was here, that was part of his original timeline. When he gave that report, his original timeline talked about doing it on the 31st in order to get all the paperwork lined up and meet all the requirements for the hearings. Because we have to do this hearing before you authorize them to do plans and specs. And then it takes them so many weeks to get that done before we do the next round of, because if you know, this is all gonna be covered with public, or the special assessment process requires a certain amount of time between all these hearings and everything. And it may be a fairly, it's quite a few people that are gonna be affected by this, so you may have a large group of people that are coming to this, to ask about it.
I will not be here. I'll be out of town.
I'll move adoption of the resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Hansi. This is the project we were bonding for, hoping to get, what were the numbers? I can't think off the top of my head.
That's the one I went over.
1.088 million.
Yeah, it was FEMA supposed to pay some of that.
Right, but we got to bond all of it now.
50 years.
We gotta pay everything up front.
Right.
To get back FEMA.
My question, Kathy, is we have the levy project coming up too, and we're getting, if I understand, $600,000 from the state, and then how much from the DNR? Can you think off the top of your head? 200 some?
But that'll pay for the study that we're doing now. That's almost all gonna be covered by grant money from the DNR.
We're gonna be able to.
Almost all of that, yeah.
Okay, well, I was wondering if we were in a bonding for some money, if we needed a little extra.
We do need to figure out how we're gonna pay for the actual corrective work. You know,
Right.
right now they're doing the study to find out what kind of work has to be done, and then they'll be doing, you know, do a bid thing on that and find out what it actually does cost. Yeah, we'll have to figure out how to pay for that, too.
Right.
Question.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion passes. move on to 8H, consideration of approval of wastewater treatment plant upgrade request for bidding approval. See attached memo from BDM Consulting Engineering, providing a recap of the feasibility study conducted on the necessary wastewater treatment plant improvements and subsequent approval of those plans and specifications by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. A project schedule includes advertisements for bids in January and preparation of PFA loan application documents. The following items are requested for action by the City Council. 1. Authorize advertisement for bids with bid opening of 2/10/2011. 2. Authorize BDM to work with city staff to prepare the PFA loan application package for the wastewater treatment plant upgrade project. 3. Authorize BDM to work with staff and 2 council members to work with the City of Rushford Village to prepare a revised service agreement.
Is this borrowing built into the last rate increase?
Yep.
Any comment?
There's a conflict of dates here, I think, in the letter that BDM submitted. Their action requested number 1 is stating January 10th, 2010.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Yeah, adopting the resolution,
Okay.
the
I was just,
resolution tonight.
okay,
You're looking at the bid opening.
looking at the
Two
bid
bid,
opening,
yeah.
okay. Just thought maybe they had,
Although I don't actually have a resolution for that. It's not a resolution, you wouldn't need a resolution, you could just do that by motion to establish that bid date and advertising for bids. The reason we have a resolution on this other one is because there's an assessment process in place, but this one is, it'll be a PFA loan, and it'll be revenue generated payback, so,
And these numbers haven't changed from what we figured with the rate increase to cover it.
last time when John Stewart was here and you went over when you did the rate study, do you have that on here? We had that date on here, I think.
It did change a little bit because we didn't get the TMDL grant.
Oh, yeah.
How much are you talking about?
I can't,
800,000.
That is not covered?
No, that's the amount.
Oh. But, Ted, what were you saying about something not granted?
well, how much was the TMDL grant we didn't get to apply for?
I'm not positive. That was 100 and some thousand.
Does that grant come up every year?
No, they changed the
Yeah.
rules, right? They changed the
We don't-
TDML rules
yeah,
or
we
whatever.
don't
We don't even,
qualify.
we'll never qualify
We don't
ever.
qualify?
No.
Never, yeah, they changed the whole rules on that stuff, so we'll never be able to qualify for that. That was a PFA thing.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Dahl. Any comment?
Do you want you wanna do each one of these action items separately?
You have to.
Oh, yeah. Move to approve number 1, authorize advertisements.
Bill, second.
Motion by Mr. Robertson, second by Mr. Dahl. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
I
Opposed?